The Trump interview on Tucker did have some classic Trump moments, which I would just kick myself if we didn't get to some of them. Trump on Kamala Harris. Watch this. SOT 16.
She has some bad moments. Her moments are almost as bad as his. I think his are worse, actually.
Yeah.
But
she seems pretty senile, too.
She speaks in rhyme. It's weird. It's weird. But she has bad moments. And
in rhyme? What do you...
Well, the way she talks, the bus will go here and then the bus will go there because that's what buses do. And it's weird. The whole thing is weird. This is not a president of the United States future.
By the way, we pulled a little of that. She did do a little bit on school buses. I don't think she rhymed, but here it is. 19.
Who doesn't love a yellow school bus, right? Can you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus, right? Just, there's something about and most of us, many of us went to school on the yellow school bus, right? It's part of, a nostalgia and a memory of the excitement and joy of going to school. The school bus takes us there.
Inspiring.
Trump nailed it.
Wow. Trump has this odd ability because people point out that he's very clumsy with his words because he says things that are offensive and sometimes grammatically incorrect. He's really actually pretty precise with his words. He's got a kind of poetic diction. That's why he stumbled on that great slogan, "Make America Great Again." And it's why all of his nicknames tend to stick and they're really biting and cutting. So I love that of all the things Trump could talk about there, he says, "Hey, you ever notice the way that lady sounds like a sing-songy preschool teacher? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da." And he's totally right. And it was as important as anything else he could talk about in this interview that for which the stakes were just so low.
I think he's just reminding everyone why they like him. And here's more of that in SOT 17.
You don't think he's going to make it to November of 24?
Well, I think he's worse mentally than he is physically. And physically, he's not exactly a triathlete or any kind of an athlete. But you watch him, and it looks like he's walking on toothpicks. I think he looks terrible on the beach. He looks terrible on the beach.
Skinny legs?
Well, he can't walk through the sand. And there's somebody in there that thinks he looks fabulous at the beach. I think he looks horrible at the beach. Plus, the beach doesn't represent what a president's supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be working.
It's good stuff. Who else would say that stuff? Like only Trump. And people, those are the kind of conversations you and I would have, over a drink one day. We'd be like, yeah, what's he doing with those skinny legs on the beach? No one wants to see that, right? But only now do we have a president and candidate who says the stuff.
Exactly. A couple of weeks ago, Karine Jean-Pierre got in trouble because her Twitter account sent out a tweet that was supposed to come from the president's account. So it said, when I ran for president, blah, blah, blah. You realize it was all being run by staff. And it doesn't really matter. It's a minor gaffe. But it does reveal part of the reason why people like Trump, because Trump is a real person. You can't deny he's not focus group tested. He wasn't bred in a petri dish at Langley. This is a guy who is presenting to you exactly who he is, warts and all. And I know that there are some Republicans who want to pull their hair out over this because they think that he has a surplus of personality. But this is Democratic politics, lowercase d. It's about people. It's about the way that people feel. A pal of ours likes to say that facts don't care about your feelings, and that's largely true. But politics almost exclusively cares about your feelings. This was what was so unfortunate for DeSantis last night. I sincerely like Ron DeSantis. I think he's a good guy. He's been a great governor. He's a really admirable figure. He just wasn't able to connect last night, and he hasn't been able to connect. And people want to dismiss this and say, well, who cares? He's got the charisma of competence, let's say. Okay, sure, that and $1.50 is going to get you a pumpkin spice latte in about 2 weeks because you need to connect with the people on the trail. If you don't do it, then the number 2 guy is about to be Vivek Ramaswamy.
National security experts are warning our aging power grid is more vulnerable than ever. January marked the 3rd time a power station in North Carolina was damaged by gunfire recently. Authorities are now checking our grid for vulnerabilities. Imagine having a blackout lasting not days but weeks or months. Your life would be frozen in time right at the moment the power fails. That's why having your own solar power is more important than ever. Listen to this. With the Patriot Power Generator, you get a solar generator that does not install into your house because it's portable. You can take it with you, even use it inside, but it's powerful enough for your phones, your medical devices, even your fridge. And right now, you can go to 4patriots.com and use the code MK to get 10% off your first purchase on anything in the store, including the Patriot Power Generator. You will also get their famous guarantee for an entire year after your order, plus free shipping on orders over $97. And a portion of every sale is donated to charities that support our veterans and their families. Just go to 4patriots.com and use code MK to get 10% off your order. 4patriots.com. Use code MK to get yours today. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.